Tonight on Haunted Homes, we visit a house in Colville whose owners believe they're haunted by a young spirit.
I feel as if somebody's lying next to me. I was totally freaked out by it. My heart was racing really fast and I thought I was going to pass out.
We'll send in the Haunted Homes expert team, paranormal investigator Andy Matthews, Professor of Psychology Chris French, and psychic Mia Dolan.
I feel fear. That's not a good sign.
Their mission is to uncover the mysterious disturbances. If Mia finds a ghost, she'll expel it from the house in a clearing ceremony. What is lurking in their house?
Oh my gosh. Get us out, get us out, get us out.
Hold on, hold on.
24% of Britons claim that if a ghost was haunting their home, they'd hire an exorcist to get rid of it. Tonight on Haunted Homes, we investigate a house in Colville, where the family are so frightened they refuse to sleep alone at night. The first member of the Haunted Homes team we'll send in to investigate is Mia Dolan, one of Britain's leading psychics.
A psychic just means that I cover different areas in paranormal. People think psychics are rare, and there aren't many of us, but they're not. You know, everybody is psychic to a certain level. Everybody at some point in their life uses their intuition, their gut instinct. You know, it's the same thing. It's your psychic, it's your sixth sense. We're coming into an age when people know that there is more. They're not sure what it is, they're not sure how to see it, but everybody knows that there is more. And the longer that goes on, each individual will start their own psychic development.
Tonight's home for investigation is in Colville, Leicestershire. 8 years ago, 18-year-old Keely and 19-year-old Vicky moved into a house on Burgess Road, along with their mother and younger sister Alice. The girls are adamant their home is haunted and are terrified to spend a night alone in their bedroom.
I share the room with my sister, my middle sister, and none of us like to be in the room on our own. It's like if she stays out at night, I won't sleep in there, I'll sleep in my other sister's room just to get away from it.
Like, if there's more people in here, then it's fine. But if you're in here on your own, then it's a bit like, I don't actually want to stay in here.
The reason we want to get this sorted is because in a few weeks I'm going to university and she needs to sleep in there on her own, otherwise she'll never sleep.
I don't want her to go, because I won't sleep in this room on my own.
From the very beginning, something didn't feel quite right in the girls' bedroom.
It seems to be where most of the activity happens.
When you actually walk in the girls' bedroom, it's not got a nice, I don't feel as though it's got a nice feel to it at all.
But what was it that was making everyone feel so uncomfortable in there?
When I'm in bed at night, I feel as if somebody's lying next to me. The quilt seems really heavy and cooler on the side where it feels heavy. It's as if somebody's lying there, but there's nobody there.
But Vicky wasn't the only one experiencing paranormal activity in the bedroom.
I was asleep and I just woke up and I looked up at the wardrobe and I saw this figure of a girl, just a little girl, and she was just stood there with a big grin on her face, waving at me. She was dressed in old styled Victorian clothes. I can still remember it vividly.
And it wasn't just the girls' bedroom where these strange events were taking place.
My sister had gone out, I was in my room, and my mum came in because it had frightened her, the noise of the bath running.
I was actually asleep, and all of a sudden I woke with a stark or tear like running water.
Somehow the plug had found its way into the plug hole, and both taps had turned themselves on, so that the water was flowing freely into the tub.
I went in the bathroom and there it was, just filling up.
It was definitely like filling up on its own.
As well as running water, the girls have also complained of other strange noises coming from upstairs.
When we're usually sitting in the living room downstairs, we'll hear like a ball being bounced upstairs.
And we hear a skipping rope sort of banging on the floor, but the footsteps as well, as if somebody's jumping around the rope. It starts off quite, you just think, what's that noise like? What's, as if like a house noise. But then it gets louder and it's really distinctive.
On top of this, the family have also been experiencing electrical problems throughout their home.
Things have been blowing up ever since we moved in, which is 8 years ago.
Our hair straighteners, they actually sparked up, and that was quite scary. And we've had about 3 pairs of them now.
We have steamers and iron and the kettle, everything just blows up in their rooms.
It just gets ridiculous. Everything I buy blows up.
I hope that it can be all sorted so that when Vicky goes to uni, I'm not actually a big wuss to stay in my own bedroom. Don't have to go and sleep with my mum.
I hope that it's not just us going mad, that there is something here and that we can get rid of it so that Keely can sleep on her own.
We gave the girls a video camera to see if they could get evidence of their claims. They attempted to spend a night alone in the house in the dark.
Just entered our bedroom now and we're going to switch the light off. Strange noises come from this room. This is the room where we feel most uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vicky suddenly gets a sense of something in the room.
Feeling really uneasy in here. I hate it.
With their sense of unease increasing, they're unable to stay in the bedroom any longer.
Where are you?
I hate it on here. I hate it up here.
Despite their fears, the girls attempt to film on the landing.
I think we'll sit with our backs to this door. Right. It scared me.
I did.
Just heard a noise.
Being alone in the house is now beginning to take its toll on the girls. Terrified, they're paralysed with fear and unable to move from the landing.
I hate it in here. This is horrible, Kate. This is horrible. I hate it.
Keely is convinced that she has seen the spirit of a young girl in her bedroom. She's desperate to be rid of this phantom child. She claims the ghost smiled and waved at her. It was a disturbing experience, and she's seeking an explanation. The Coles feel that they are sharing their home with a supernatural presence.
I think the presence that's here would probably be a small girl. I don't think that it would be an adult skipping with a skipping rope or bouncing a ball.
The girls believe their room is the most haunted.
It's always been like an odd room to be in. It's too scary to stay on your own in here.
The reason we want to get this sorted is because in a few weeks I'm going to university and she needs to sleep in there on her own, otherwise she'll never sleep.
In an attempt to prove they share their home with something supernatural, the girls spent a night in the house, which they captured on video camera.
This is horrible, Kate. This is horrible. I hate it.
So far, Keely and Vicky seem disturbed by the mood in the house.
To be the brave person.
But Keely puts on a brave face and ventures back into her bedroom alone.
So let's see how this goes. No, this is scary in here. Oh, I'm off. I'm getting out. I can't. Vic, I'm coming out.
It's now the turn of her sister Vicky to do some filming.
I decided to sit on the landing on my own. Feeling uneasy because it's pitch black near the bedroom area. I'm not scared, I feel all emotional. horrible. That's me done now. I'm not staying out there anymore.
The girls are feeling vulnerable, but they continue on to the dining room downstairs.
This room is so freaky. I hate it in here. Oh, I really hate it in here. Oh my god, it's... Oh, what's that over there?
Alone and with the sense they have nowhere to hide, the girls finally abandoned their video diary. Whilst filming the video diary, the girls were petrified. They're worried sick about what might be uncovered. With no conventional way of dealing with their fears, they've asked the Haunted Homes team to inspect their house. Mia is the first of the Haunted Homes team to arrive in Colville. She'll examine objects from the house in a practice known as psychometry to find out information about the family.
I don't know where the property is yet, where we're going, but we have got some objects. So let's see, using psychometry, if I can get some information about where we're going. And we're going to start with a bear. It's amazing what I'll try psychometry with. This bear looks so sweet and cuddly, and yet I feel fear. I feel as if the bear is scary. Now, that's a really strange thing to say. How can a bear be scary? But that's what's coming off of it. I've got an ominous bear. Okay, the next is a candle. I see water dripping. Like on a tap. Now, the last one is a rubber duck. Instinctively, you'd think of bathroom when you water, but the first thing I'm getting is burning. And then I see the duck on a bed, as if it's out of context. And I see a window with blue curtains, and going through the window, looking through the window. That is amazing. I can't believe that most information's come from a plastic duck. I'm really excited about this, and I can't believe I got most of it off a rubber duck.
Later that day, Mia visits the Coles home. It's the first time she's seen the property, and apart from the psychometry objects, she has no prior information about the case she is going to investigate.
It's a really bright room. It's a very strange feeling, as if it's the wrong... Everything about it's wrong. It's like it shouldn't be here. The house shouldn't be here. And there's loads of phenomena going on in here. We can check it off the list. We've had smells. We've had wind, cold, ice cold. We've had electrical phenomena. We've had noises, especially from the stairs and the landing. And there's a mirror above the fire here. And I believe that people are seeing things in that mirror. But what's different from normal is it's all moving. It's as if it's continuously moving. Nothing's static here. None of the phenomena stays. It seems to move on through.
Intrigued by what she is picking up, Mia is keen to see whether there's more activity upstairs.
That's interesting. As I'm walking up the stairs, I saw a dark shadow low down on top step, about the size of a large dog, but low. Oh, my heart rate just went right up then.
Mia makes her way across the landing and into the girls' bedroom.
Oh, that's weird. As I go into this room, I start feeling an anxiety attack. It builds as I step in. And backs off. I'm going to back off. Hold on, just to that a minute. That's not a good sign. Oh, come on, get in. I don't know, I'm finding it hard to think. My pulse rate's going... I don't like it at all in here. Okay. I think I've had pressure in the bed, pressure on the chest, pressure. They can't breathe very well. What a strange feeling.
Finally, she makes her way to Teresa's room, the final stop on her tour of the house.
You know, it's true what people say. Animals, especially dogs and cats, really can pick up on energies. But even in the most haunted of homes, it's not there all the time, and so they're peaceful. When the house is peaceful. Whoever sleeps in this room has been to hell and back. I'm getting the words, Mum, Mum. And springing up from this bed and getting out of the room. The place has got a serious problem. And I need some air. Quickly, I think.
This brings to an end Mia's tour of the house. She will later meet the family to discuss what she has found. So far, Mia has identified 3 hotspots of paranormal activity. She felt extensive phenomena in the lounge, saw a dark shadow on the landing, and finally felt overwhelming pressure in Vicky and Keely's bedroom. Mia is accompanied by paranormal investigator Andy Matthews.
Hauntings can happen anywhere. They can happen in Mr. and Mrs. Blogg's fish and chip shop or Lord and Lady Muck's manor house. It doesn't really matter. You know, if energy survives human bodily death, then they can go anywhere. As a paranormal investigator, I'm looking for the reasons why people see ghosts. I'm looking for the reasons why these things happen in their houses.
Skeptic Chris French, Professor of Psychology, will look for the rational explanation.
Now, occasionally people do produce evidence on film and on other kinds of equipment that they claim proves paranormal activity and the existence of ghosts. We might find something like that in one of the houses that we go to with our equipment. But before I'd accept that as definitive proof of paranormal activity, I'd want to rule out various alternatives, including things like the possibility of equipment malfunction or the possibility that someone in the house had been engaged in some kind of a hoax. If we can rule those out, then we might be onto something.
What will Chris and Andy make of the Coles home?
This is the living room.
Yep.
And this is where we tend to hear a lot of the noises. We tend to hear like a skipping rope noise, don't we? As if someone's skipping upstairs.
Skipping?
Yeah.
Yeah. With their feet and the rope hitting the floor.
Does that sound like it's a child?
Yeah,
kind of,
Child's play sort of thing.
And like a bouncy ball.
Where's that usually come from? In here or?
The landing.
The landing upstairs.
Yeah. The top, I'd say.
The girls then take Chris and Andy upstairs, keen to show them their bedroom, where both claim to have experienced a strange and paranormal presence.
The most activity goes in this room.
So what's happened?
I was waking up and I thought that I saw a young girl waving at me. And she was in all Victorian clothes and stuff. And
Where was she standing in the room?
Well, the bed was over there, and our wardrobe used to be there, so she was on the wardrobe.
Right. I mean, when that happened, what did you do?
I ran out of my bed and ran into my mum's room.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not staying in here.
Anything else in here?
I've been lying in my bed and felt as if somebody's lying on my bed with me. It's awful. It's really cold.
Have you ever actually kind of opened your eyes?
Yeah, I've been awake at the time.
So is there anything there?
I've not seen anything apart from the quilt sort of does look dented, as if somebody would be lying there.
Intrigued by what the girls have told them, the experts conclude their tour. It's now time for Mia to meet the family.
Well, I've looked around your home, and as I was going up the stairs, I saw like a black shadow at the top of the stairs, and then looked again, it was gone. And so I've gone up the stairs and put my head in the bathroom. So when I was doing a psychometry, one of the objects was a candle.
Yeah.
And as I held this candle, I saw taps dripping.
Yeah,
And
we have them turning on, and they fill the bath up, don't they?
Oh, God,
and no one's
right.
doing it.
I then went into the back bedroom upstairs. And as I got in there, my heart rate went up.
Yeah.
And then I stepped back out and it stopped. And also in this room, when I was doing the psychometry, one of the most amazing things for me was there was this little rubber duck, right?
Yeah.
And I remember looking at this rubber duck thinking, I can't believe I'm going to do psychometry on a rubber duck. And I picked it up.
I do.
And it was really good. Now that duck must come from that bedroom, back bedroom.
Yeah, it does.
Because I saw the duck on a bed. Because you think if a rubber duck keeps going to be in a bathroom, wouldn't you? And that's the first thing that struck me, on the bed. So I knew it came from the bedroom.
Yeah.
And also with that, I got images like I saw a window, but with blue curtains and a rocking chair. And then I got a creaking like a rocking chair, and then I heard footsteps.
Oh my God!
And this is from a rubber duck. You know, pretty amazing.
Till a couple of days ago, they had blue curtains. Not
Yeah,
pink
that's
in that
why
bedroom.
we had blue curtains.
Yeah, I changed the curtains from the dark blue to the cream.
Yeah, only within like a couple of days before we started doing this, so we were like, oh my God.
So now I've come out of that room. I was quite glad to get out of that room, and then I've gone into the front bedroom. But what struck me most about this room, I heard "Mum, Mum" from in there, and that's how I knew it was the mum's room. But I absolutely know that you've suffered great anxiety.
Yeah.
And that a lot of these stuff will be affecting you.
Yeah.
Okay? When you get paranormal activity, they're likely to prey on the more sensitive. That's what happens.
So you think...
So you're going to experience things more than some other people.
Yeah.
But you're all sensitive, so it can go anywhere and feed. I do know you're probably very nervous about the vigil.
Yeah.
But I'll be with you, you know? And it's the last night that you spend in this house with anything else in it.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Tonight, psychic Mia Dolan, skeptic Professor Chris French, and paranormal investigator Andy Matthews will conduct a night-long vigil with Keely and Vicky. Their aim is to discover if there's a sinister presence in the house, or whether there's a rational explanation for the girls' reports. Our cameras will be filming throughout this investigation. As the evening draws towards midnight, the house is plunged into darkness. Mia, Chris and Andy meet outside in the Winnebago to discuss their strategy for the vigil.
I find it really interesting, but the most fascinating bit for me is this whole water thing, you know, about the taps and the bath, because it's the first time we've had a paranormal situation that's actually interfering with the water. So it's new, and I'm excited. So where are you putting your stuff?
Well, we've had some strange voices, apparently, that the girls have reported, so that was in their bedroom, so I'm going to try an EVP experiment on top of the stairs and in the girls' bedroom, and see what happens, basically, because it's not centred to one location. It's a stairway. A bit fluid with it, yeah. It's. I mean, there's reports of skipping and the ball bouncing and stuff like that, but it's all generally upstairs on that landing and in the girls' room.
I mean, a lot of what they said, again, for me, there's a lot of that could just be down to, you know, people reading things into it. Once you've got the idea you've got a ghost, then any little thing that happens, you can't find your keys, blah blah blah, it's the ghost, you know.
Yeah,
and a lot of what they've said was like that.
We've set up static cameras in 3 main areas of the house. Downstairs in the lounge, upstairs on the landing, and finally Vicky and Keely's bedroom. Andy also sets up an electromagnetic field meter in the girls' room in the hope of recording the paranormal sound.
Well, I'm going to place this on the bed because one of the young ladies did indicate that, you know, she'd seen an apparition in this room, and it does seem to be centred around her bed. So we'll switch it on, let it settle down, place it on the bed. Now, bearing in mind all the main switches are off, mobile phones are off, all the TV sets are off, etc, etc. If we do get a stray EMF reading during the night, then that sensor will tell us.
Teresa has elected to watch her daughters throughout the vigil from the Winnebago. Mia and Andy lead Vicky and Keely into the front room of the house. They allow the girls a few moments to settle before starting the vigil.
Are you okay then? Yeah.
Suddenly, the girls appear to be experiencing symptoms often associated with paranormal activity.
I don't know whether you should know this, but my feet have gone absolutely freezing. I didn't want to say, but my arms feel really weird.
Weird in what way?
Like,
tingly?
Yeah, tingly.
I must admit, my toes have suddenly gone cold as well.
I've got boots on my feet.
So have I. I've got boots on there.
Oh my god.
What?
It seems to be going really black.
What?
Well, I can see outlines and now it's going really black.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's alright, come here. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're fine. Whew. Did you hear that? Rick, what?
God.
You got a cat flap?
No cat flap. The left box won't move either, it's too stiff.
Hey, let's listen again.
Mia decides to take Keely upstairs to investigate alone, hoping for better results. The others go outside to the Winnebago. Mia and Keely make their way to Teresa's bedroom and wait in the dark.
Okay, ready? Amanda. 3, 2, 1. Off.
Oh my god, that is freaking me out.
What?
The doorway, it's like every time I look, I feel like I can see something out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what it is, but it's freaking me out. Can you see it? It's coming down there. Like it's moving.
It's like it's making shapes out of the light.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's like complete look. Like.
Gone. Now look, you know where the doorway is?
Yeah.
Look on a bit of ceiling in this room.
Oh yeah.
Above it.
All I can see is like white lights.
Yeah. Got white, glowy lights.
Outside in the Winnebago, Chris and Teresa can also see the lights.
There's a definite light there.
Light there, look. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh my
There's-
god. Oh my god, it was there. Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh.
Mia feels that they've seen enough and decides that it's time to leave the room. They head outside to meet up with Vicky, Andy and the others in the Winnebago.
Did you see that out there?
We picked up something, but it didn't always correspond to
Well,
what you seem to be seeing.
on the stairs, we could see the stairs. It's like flares of light.
Yeah, well, what's going to be interesting is to see whether we've picked any of that up on the cameras, and then maybe we can try and figure out what might have been causing it.
With the presence of lights and noises believed to be paranormal, Mia wants to see what the girls experience alone in their room.
But you will be monitored on that screen. So all the time we'll be watching you. Okay? Good.
Gonna
Let's
go
do
for it.
Alright, see you lot soon. Come on, girls.
They will be left with only a video camera to communicate with the others.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start.
I keep seeing a light. Oh, I'm not gonna swear.
What was it? What was it? Just hold my hand. What was it?
I just saw a light go past. It's making me feel really queasy. I hate it.
Outside in the Winnebago, Teresa watches with concern.
I feel all misty. Do you think?
Yeah, I feel sick.
I can't do it. I can't sit in this room.
Can't you?
No.
Get us out, get us out, get us out.
Hold on. What happened?
I feel ill, unwell in here. Don't feel right in here.
It's really important you do this room, because this is the room that's caused you the most fear.
Yeah.
And it's also the room that gave me the biggest impact when I had to walk around the house.
Right there. I've got a prickly arm. You okay? And I feel really strange.
Hold on. Do you want to sit? Shall I sit between the two of you? Will that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Let me just put my torch on, babe. Right, here we go.
I feel all weird. I really do feel weird.
Explain more.
Well, my head's all hot and my body's cold.
And how's your heart?
It's racing and my arms so prickly.
Okay, breathe. But I think you've had enough. And I think you've done really well. And I think it's time to go back to the Winnie Baker.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
With everyone tired and emotional, Mia and the girls make their way downstairs and out to the rest of the group.
Well done. Well done.
So, come on, girls. Tell us why you called us in.
It's scary, wasn't it? Well, I felt like, as weird as it may sound, there was like a fog in our bedroom. My eyesight had adjusted to the light, but there was like a fog in the room, like it was all hazy, and it was horrible. That's when I got scared.
Did you manage to see the couple of lights in the room that we were seeing?
Yeah, I saw
Because you were quite
them.
quiet when we...
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I was fine. I was just more concerned about the way my body felt before. It was awful.
Well, I think you did amazingly well. And tomorrow we get rid of it. Well done.
It's now skeptic Chris French's turn to investigate events in the house, and he starts with the girls' room.
Have a little sit down just for a while, switch the torch off. I mean, it is absolutely pitch black in here. You really cannot see a thing. And if you did think you had a ghost, you wouldn't be very comfortable in here. And I don't actually believe in ghosts. I don't think there's anything in here, and I'm not feeling scared at all.
Feeling nothing in there, Chris makes his way across the landing and into Teresa's room.
So this is the mum's room, where apparently there's a spectacular light show. So I'm switch my torch off and settle down. Oh, and wait for some fireworks. I must say, I'd love to see a huge orb floating through that door now. I mean, if there's anybody there, make yourself known. But I don't think it's going to happen, and I am tired, and I think I'm going to go back to the hotel and get some sleep.
The following morning, Andy and Chris share their thoughts on the previous night's events.
The most interesting part, I think, was the sensations that I felt, because I've been an investigator for many years now, and usually you come to terms with, you know, your own sort of feelings in the darkness, but that was something quite different. That was quite extraordinary, really.
The most interesting part of the evening was the spectacular light show that Mia and Keely were treated to. Having reviewed the footage and looked at that little speck of light that appears and then moves out of the frame, I would bet my bottom dollar that that's some kind of little flying insect that just happened to catch in the camera lights and then flew out of the way.
The scientific equipment I brought in last night, unfortunately, on this occasion, hasn't given any evidence so far. You know, it's a fine line. I mean, you know, the problem with the paranormal is the more answers you find, there's 100 more questions. So I've got no explanation for it. It was thoroughly interesting, thoroughly enjoyable, but inconclusive.
Tales of phantoms and haunted castles can be exciting. But what would you do if you thought you were living with a ghost? Tonight, Mia says she'll rid the Colville house of the ghost that the family claim is menacing them in a clearing ceremony. However, the intensity of the experience has a dramatic effect on one of the girls taking part.
Okay, so this is the clearing. What I'll do is I'll start by leaving my body and walking around the house. And I'm looking for the ghost. When I find it, I'll then draw it back. Once I get it here, I'll then try and find out what it's doing. I'll explain what it looks like. When I can hold it no longer, I'll send it over.
Right.
Okay? When I start, I can't stop. But I need you to be strong and not leave the room, not leave the table. You right? Let's do it. I'm going to go into your kitchen first. Nothing. Coming back and going up the stairs. I can see lights at the top of the stairs as I'm going up the stairs. I'm on the landing. So many lights. They're coming as if the space between your room and your mum's room is much bigger. As if there's like a light doorway there.
I need to get out. I feel weird. She thinks she needs to right, take some more.
Mia is unable to break away from the clearing and Keely is taken out.
Hold on. I see a woman, a young woman. She, surrounded by lights. No, I'm going to try and bring her back. She's coming down the stairs. Okay. Now she's just moved to the end of the table. She was going to sit in that chair and I said, "It'd upset you," and she's moved to the end of the table. She's wearing like all brown and she's got a thing around her shoulders like a shawl. I don't know what time, maybe late 18 something. And I think her name's Alice. Okay. There was other housing here, but it was all run down. It was like the cheap housing where the poor people lived. And there was disease and there was people who had no fresh water, and her face is all marked, like she's got marks as if she's had disease on it, like she doesn't look well. She used to live here, and she had a young sister. I'm asking her about the water, the bath, because it fascinated me. She just thinks it's amazing you got water in taps. She never had it.
Keely decides she wants to continue with the clearing.
She doesn't want anything from you. It's almost as if she's fascinated with all your bits. She's fascinated with the water. She's fascinated that you've got all this stuff that to her means you're very, very rich. She didn't have a proper burial. Lots of people died and they're like put in a pit or a big grave. And yet she was religious. So it wasn't done for her. The reason she's in your bedroom a lot is that she likes when you talk about boys. Because you do a lot.
Oh my god.
She likes your mum.
Oh.
She likes your mum because she lost her mum. And so she came back here to the area where she lived, and this is like where her house was, and she hears you saying mum, and so she wants her mum. Now she's very clearly saying Sarah Leicester. I'm confused now. I think she's Sarah, and the other one, I think Alice is her sister. One of you's done amazing paintings, amazing pictures. Under the bed.
Oh my god.
You should be more proud of them. She came here looking for a family. She came here looking for a sister. When she died, it was wrong. It felt wrong. And she didn't go over, so she came back home.
Did she find a sister?
No. No, sister's obviously gone over. The door's starting to come. The door's there. I'm seeing, this is very unusual, I'm seeing an older lady stepping through the door. Must be her mother. And she's going back with her. Okay, let's finish it. De profundus clamavi ad te Domini. Domini exaudi vocem meam, fiant oras tuae, intendentis invocium deprecationis meae, sine creatus observerus, Domini, Domini quae sustenibi, et ipsae redimit Israel, ex omnibus iniquietibus, ejus. Finished. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I couldn't even look at you, but you're okay. Now, isn't it amazing that all that angst and all that fear was over a young girl around your own age that used to live here?
Aww.
You okay?
Yeah. The clearing was the scariest thing ever. I was totally freaked out by it. Like, my heart was racing really fast and I thought I was going to pass out. I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out. But then once I'd sat down in there and heard what she was saying through the door, I wanted to get back in to see what she was saying.
I was shocked at what she found. I didn't think that the ghost was going to be our age. I thought she was much younger than that because it was more playful. But it all seems to make sense now that she said that. It fits quite well.
During the clearing, Mia claims to have contacted the ghost of a young woman called Sarah, who was desperately trying to find her sister. In 5 weeks' time, our cameras will return to Colville to see if the clearing ceremony was successful and if the family believe the ghost of Sarah has moved on. It's been 5 weeks since the clearing and Vicky has gone off to university. How do the rest of the family feel in their home?
That night it wasn't scary at all going to bed. It was fine. It just felt like something had been lifted. So it felt like a new house.
It felt really empty and also very clean. It's really, really got a lovely, calm sort of feel. Feel absolutely brilliant about it. I haven't heard any noises since, not smelt any funny smells like I used to smell before.
My hair straighteners haven't blown up. There's been no strange noises or anything.
Now, Vicky's gone off to university and Keely actually sleeps on her own in the room. So, yeah, I think it's worked.
I'm really pleased that Haunted Homes came to visit because now I can sleep in my own bedroom without being scared.
5 weeks on, and all seems calm at the Coles house. Vicky has left for university, and Keely can finally sleep in their room, alone at night. Ghost stories have been passed on from generation to generation, and who knows, they might be true. Perhaps tonight's evidence suggests that someone in your neighbourhood could have unwelcome visitors. If you haven't lived in a haunted home yet, maybe one night you will. Sleep well.